Took this trade in the F period. I'm waiting for it to pop back here and fill those singles. Right in there, I put my orders. And I was thinking you had that, the old POC where it was from the overnight where I was having a hard time before with the BCD. You had that. And then right here, I realized I didn't move my orders up above that POC. So that's what I had, that other POC right there from this session. I'm thinking we can get back to that red line, which is an old low that you can see it's kind of bottom of that node from the overnight. But the first thing to look at is breaking that E low. And then I think ultimately I was looking at the 5,000 mark, which is that thick blue line down at the bottom. You can see how I was shorting different sessions. If you look, above the POC there, I have it highlighted with the E period and the C period. And I thought B was a pretty good short. Each time I kept feeling like it was going to break away like this. It just kept having a hard time. So I thought for sure we would get another look at this 5,000 at some point. So like I've said before, in these big moves, you could have just shorted B and tried to get the 5,000, but it's just not how I do it. And I can't make it work when I try to do it like that. So I got to take it in pieces. Right here, I'm looking at the poor low. So I'm just shorting one of the, each of these time periods individually, seeing how much I can get out of them, trying to stick to my 27 ticks and my 40 ticks. Right in there, I put in the 27 ticks just to, it was kind of a point of reference, but I'm looking past that at this point. I kind of always put these things in as, it's kind of a habit. There, we're breaking that low. So I am watching for this to snap back against me because you can see we're getting low in that, we're low in the overall range, obviously, but we're getting low in that profile, that volume profile that you see there, how it kind of fades out down to the red line. Right here, it's pushing pretty good. Bring that stop down just in case it tries to snap back against me and I can secure that 27 ticks. Right there, I take it. That was 35 ticks. I wasn't going to wait for that extra couple of ticks on that first contract, especially. So now I'm looking, towards this 5,000 mark. Again, it's that thick blue line. I see it coming back on me, but I'm committed, so I move that stop up. I don't want to miss the chance. I kept feeling like this was going to happen, in each one of the other sessions, and I just didn't want to miss it. So it was worth it to me to move that up, especially because I got that first order off at the 40 ticks. So that was a little extra than what I'd normally get out of that first one. And as this starts to push lower, I start moving that stop down. I'm watching this level to see if we're going to bounce out of there again or if we get any extension. Right there, we got a little bit lower. So pretty comfortable with it at this point. And I'm looking at that halfback level right there. So that was an obvious spot that we would get a bounce. And this F period was so stretched out. And you're starting to get over, my 40 ticks. We start getting into 50 ticks. So I'm just, basically at this point, I'm just keep sliding my stop down. So I'm not going to give any of this back. I think we get to 50 ticks here or past the 50 tick line right there and then move it down to 50 ticks. I figure I'm just not giving it back regardless of what happens here. So I'm still looking at that halfback area. If it really gets moving, flushes right through there, then I'll be looking basically where the order's at now. Figure that's a good compromise to front run that 5,000. We get a nice little flush out here. Again, I just start moving the stop down. That's 65 ticks right there. And then we get that last little flush. And I bring this order down. Actually, I think there's one more. So I end up taking it right at basically at that halfback line, and it's 70 ticks. So we get one more flush here. I bring it down a little bit farther, right there, 1050, 1025, and that's 70 ticks in that last one. And then the G period ends up taking that all back. So, I'm glad that I took it when I did.